Hello students, in today's class let us continue with exercise 9.3. We are dealing with GP. So 22nd question, what is given if the pth, qth and rth terms of a GP are a, b, c respectively, prove that a power q r minus 1, b power r minus p, c power p minus q equals to 1. Since we have terms in A and R, I have taken our general term, the first term of GP as capital A and common ratio as R. So let us assume, normally we will assume small a suffix, we will have our nth term, right? So here we have taken it as capital AP, AQ and AR. So what is AN formula? AR power n minus 1. In this first term we have assumed it as capital A and this common ratio we have assumed it as R. So AP is going to be AR power P minus 1, which is given as A, right? Similarly AR power Q minus 1, AQ is going to be B, AR is going to be C. Now we need to find this term. So let us find what is this now. A power QR minus Q minus R, I am sorry. B power R minus P, C power P minus Q, right? So what is your A? A is capital A, capital R power P minus 1, the whole power Q minus R. B is AR power Q minus 1, so the whole power R minus P. C is AR power R minus 1, the whole power P minus Q, right? Now everything power A power Q minus R, under multiplication we can add the powers. So A power Q minus R plus R minus P plus P minus Q, everything will get cancelled, so you will get the power as 0. Anything power 0 is going to be 1. Similarly, R power P minus 1 into Q minus 1. This is like A power M, the whole power n is A power Mn. We need to multiply these two terms. Plus Q minus 1 into R minus P plus R minus 1 into P minus Q. So again if you multiply all these and add, everything is getting cancelled. So this is also power 0. So anything power 0 is 1. So A power 0 into R power 0 is 1. So that's what we need to prove. This is equal to 1. Hence we proved. Right? Now let us see how can we solve our 23rd question. If the first and the nth term of a GP are A and B respectively, and if P is the product of n terms, prove that P square is equals to AB the whole power n. Right? So what is given in the question? It is given first term. First term is A and last term. Last term, that is nth term, is going to be B. That is what given in the question. So your nth term is going to be AR power n minus 1, right? That is what your nth term. What we need to prove that P square is equals to AB the whole power n, where what is P? Product of n terms. Product of n terms of a GP, right? So let us see how can we solve this. So let the GP be, what is going to be your GP? AR squared etc. AR power n minus 1. This is what your GP. Therefore your product is going to be A into AR squared etc. AR power n minus 1. So which is A multiplied by how many times? If the base are same, we can add the powers, right? Everywhere power is 1. So we are adding 1 for how many times? N terms. N terms, right? So it is going to be A power n, right? Into R power, what we have? 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus etc. till n minus 1, right? So we need to know what is this now. What is this? So let us consider 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus etc. up to n minus 1. We need to find the sum of these. How can we find this? If we look at this properly, this is in AP, right? The common difference is 1. So we can write this is an AP with first term as 1. Common difference is going to be 1, second term minus first term. Hope you remember what are all the formula involved. Sn is, what is the formula? N by 2 into 2a plus n minus 1 times the d is the Sn formula. Now we have how many terms? N minus 1 terms, because it starts with 1 only. So n minus 1. N minus 1 by 2. 2 into the first term is 1 plus n is n minus 1. We have one more minus 1. D is also 1. Right? So this is going to be n minus 1 divided by 2. 2 plus n minus 2. So plus 2 minus 2 will get cancelled. This is under addition only. So we will get n into n minus 1 divided by 2. Right? Therefore, we are going to substitute the sum of this series value here. Therefore, P is going to be a power n into r power, the sum what we got, n into n minus 1 the whole divided by 2. But we need actually P square, right? So square on both sides. So you will get P square is equals to a power n into r power n into n minus 1 by 2 the whole square. So this is going to be a into, right? We have both n as common, so we can take n also common. So a into r power n minus 1 by 2 the whole power 2n, right? We can take 2n as common. Then what we need to prove, actually ab the whole power n only we need to prove. So what is your b? B is a r power n minus 1. So try to obtain your b here. A r power n minus 1 is your b, right? So or else first you split this. So this you can write it as a power 2n into r power 2 into n into n minus 1 the whole divided by 2. So 2 will get cancelled. So a power 2n can be written as a into, so in the last step we got P square is equals to a power 2n into r power n into n minus 1, right? Now we need to prove P square is equals to ab the whole power n. So we have whole power n, so we can take it out, a square into r power n minus 1 the whole power n, right? Now we need 1a, so this can be written as a into a r power n minus 1 the whole power n. I have splitted a square as a into a, so this is nothing but b, so ab the whole power n. So P square is equals to ab the whole power n, we have proved. Okay, hence we proved. Hope you understood. So what we have done here, we have found the product of n terms, and if we see the power of r is a series in AP, so we used Sn formula to find the sum of n minus 1 terms, and then we have done a simple manipulation there, and then we simplified according to the requirement of the question. That's it. The next problem is, they asked you to prove that the ratio of the sum of first n terms and the sum of n plus 1th to 2nth term is 1 by r power n. I repeat, sum of n terms, the ratio of sum of n terms to sum of n plus 1th to 2nth term, right? We have terms from first term, second term, likewise it goes on. A r power n minus 1 is going to be our nth term, then a r power n plus 1, likewise it goes on, right? So the ratio of sum to n terms to sum to n plus 1th term to 2n plus 1 2nth term, n plus 1th term to 2nth term is 1 by r power n. That's what we need to prove here. First, what is your Sn? Sn is a into 1 minus r power n divided by 1 minus r. Now this is our first sum we found. Then sum of terms from n plus 1th to 2n plus 2nth term. I am sorry. sum of terms from n plus 1th to 2nth term we need to find. So how many terms are there from n plus 1 to 2n? N plus 1, n plus 2, n plus 3. Likewise, if you count till 2n, how many terms will be there? N terms, right? So there are n terms. Since there are n terms, your Sn is going to be, what is your formula? A, the first term of this sequence. The first term of this sequence is going to be a n plus 1. Okay, a n plus 1 is going to be the first term of this sequence into 1 minus r power, n is number of terms. Here the number of terms is again n only. So it is going to be r power n divided by 1 minus r. But what is an? An is a into r power n minus 1. So a into r power, here n is n plus 1 minus 1. Right? Don't get confused with this term and this term. Here a denotes the first term. The first term of the second sequence is n plus 1. So it is a n plus 1. Here n denotes the number of terms, right? So we got a r power n into 1 minus r power n divided by 1 minus r. Now we need to find the ratio between this and this, right? Therefore the required ratio is this divided by this. So this term will go to the numerator. So common terms will get cancelled. So we got our answer as 1 by r power n. Yes, hope you understood. Next we are going to see about geometric mean. As we had arithmetic mean, we have geometric mean, which we will denote it by GM. If a and b are two numbers, then GM of two numbers is going to be square root of AB. Hope you remember AM is a plus b divided by 2. And we know AM will lie between those two numbers and they form a AP. The same way, the GM will lie in between those two numbers and these three numbers will form a GP. As we inserted many numbers in between the two given numbers such that they form a AP, the same way with the GM we can form a sequence of GP. We can insert as many GMs in between the two given numbers and hence they will form a GP. Right? So what is GM of two numbers? Is square root of those two numbers and these three numbers will form a GP. And what is the relationship between AM and GM? AM is a plus b by 2, GM is going to be square root of AB. If we take LCM, a plus b minus 2 root AB, and this can be written as root a minus root b the whole square. Right? And hence it is clearly seen this is greater than or equal to 0 because this is a whole square term, right? Therefore it is always positive, therefore greater than or equal to 0. So this implies A is greater than or equal to G, which means AM of any two numbers will always be greater than or equal to the GM of those two numbers. Alright, with this knowledge we are going to solve problems on GM now. The next problem is insert two numbers between 3 and 81 so that it is a GP. The same sort of problem we have done in AM. Hope you remember. The same procedure we are going to follow here. Let 3 be the first term and 81 be the last term. In between we are going to insert two numbers that are going to be our GMs. So let us denote it as G1 and G2. Be the required GP. Then we will find what is our R. Once we know the common ratio, we can find what is G1 and G2. So now the number of terms has become 4 and our first term is 3, last term is 81. So formula is a r power n minus 1. So our last term is a4. a4 is going to be, the first term is 3 into r power 4 minus 1 is 3. So 3r cube is equals to 81, right? So r cube is going to be 27 because 3 and 81 I have cancelled here. So r is going to be cube root of 27, which is 3. So we got what is our a and what is our r. So we can find what is our G1. G1 is the second term of the GP. What is the second term of the GP? AR. So 3 into R is also 3. So 3 3s are 9. G2 is the third term of the GP. So which is A3. A3 is AR squared. So 3 into 3 square, which is 27. Therefore 9 and 27 are the required numbers which we inserted between 3 and 81 so that they form a GP, right? The remaining questions I want you to solve. I am going to give you the gist of the problems because all are easy only. I am not interested in solving and you people are sitting and watching, so I want you to try, okay? So 27th question, find the value of n so that a power n plus 1 plus b power n plus 1 divided by a power n plus b power n may be the geometric mean between a and b. So they asked you to find your n. What is your n, they asked. They told you this may be the geometric mean. What is meant by geometric mean? Square root of AB, right? Because they have given the two numbers are AB. So square root of AB is equal to this. Yes, or AB, if you square it on both sides, you will get AB is equals to the whole square, right? If you simplify it, you can find what is your n value. So try solve this. The next question, the sum of two numbers is 6 times their geometric mean. Show that the numbers are in the ratio. So let the two numbers be a and b. Then it is given a plus b is equal to 6 times their geometric mean. So 6 into square root of AB. Root of AB is their geometric mean, right? So a plus b is equal to 6 root AB. So again, if you square it on both sides, you will come to know what is a plus b the whole square, which is going to be 6ab. So from a plus b the whole square, we can obtain what is our a minus b the whole square. What is the relation between a plus b the whole square and a minus b the whole square? A minus b the whole square can be written as a plus b the whole square plus 2ab or minus 2ab. You know, right? A plus b the whole square is going to be a square plus 2ab plus b square. A minus b the whole square is going to be a square minus 2ab plus b square. So a minus b the whole square can be written as a plus b the whole squared minus 4ab. I repeat, a minus b the whole square is a plus b the whole squared minus 4ab. If you use this relation, you will come to know what is a minus b. And we already know what is a plus b. If you solve these two equations, you can find what is a and what is b. And hence their ratio, you should get it like this. In the sense, a is to b, you should get it like this. Right? And the 29th question is the same way as 28th question. If a and g be am and gm respectively between two positive numbers, prove that the two numbers are. Here we found the ratio between two numbers. Here they asked you to find what is a and what is b. am and gm. So a is going to be a plus b, g is going to be square root of ab. Right? So using this again, you need to find what is your a and what is your b. Right? Find the relation between now a plus b is going to be 2a, because a plus b divided by 2 is going to be your capital A. So if you simplify that, you will come to know what is your a plus b. Similarly, you will come to know what is your a minus b. A minus b can be obtained in terms of a and g. And solve those two equations and find the value for a and b in terms of a and g. You can solve this in the same way as 28th problem. And 30, 31, 32, 30 and 31 are GP. See, the number of bacteria in a certain culture doubles every hour. Doubles every hour. In the sense, every hour it doubles. Doubles means what? 2 times, right? If there were 30 bacteria present in the culture originally, initially there were 30. So after the next hour it doubles, which means 2 times 30. The next hour again 2 times the second term, right? So it is a GP. How many bacteria will be present at the end of second hour, fourth hour and nth hour? In the sense, they asked you to find A2, A4 and AN. And clearly it is GP with the first term as 30 and common ratio as 2. So you can very well find what is number of bacteria present at the end of second hour, fourth hour and nth hour. So the same way, the next question, what will rupees 500 amounts to in 10 years after its deposit in a bank which pays annual interest rate of 10% compounded annually? So it is also a GP with the first term as 500, and your common ratio is going to be what? 10% rate. So every year a 10% rate of interest with the initially compounded means what? Principal plus the interest will act as that is the amount will act as the principal for the next year, right? So it is like AR square, likewise it goes on. So it is also clearly GP only. So you need to find amount at the end of 10 years, which is like A10. Yes, so you can do this. And the last question, if AM and GM of roots of a quadratic equation are 8 and 5, then obtain the quadratic equation. So if you know the two roots, how will you obtain your quadratic equation? We have learnt this in class 10. If alpha and beta are the roots of a quadratic equation, how will you frame your equation? X square minus sum of the roots into x plus product of the roots. Hope you remember. Yes, x squared minus sum of the roots into x plus product of the roots is equal to 0. Now AM and GM are the roots. AM is A plus B divided by 2, right? So A plus B is going to be 2 times AM. So 2 8s are 16 is going to give your sum of the roots, and product of the roots GM is square root of AB. Square root of AB is the if AM and GM are the roots of a quadratic equation, right, and they are given by 5. So root AB is 5, so AB is going to be 25, right. So from this we got what is sum of the roots and product of the roots. With that we can very well frame our quadratic equation, right. And 25th question also is homework for you. A, B, C, D are in GP. You have to show that this is equal to this. When 4 terms are in GP, their common ratio will be same. So you can find the relation between A, B, C, D and expand this using A plus B plus C the whole square. Use this relation here to obtain this. Yes. So I want you to solve problems from 25 till 32. And if you have any doubts, you can ask me. I am leaving all these problems to you as homework. Don't think why she didn't solve and she is giving all the problems to us. I want you to work out. Don't simply listen to the class. I want you to try. I have given all the clues and hints here. If you have doubts, even then you can ask me at any time, right. I want you to try solving all these problems and post it in the group. Thank you, students.